even if it is really unlikely that you do not know him yet. So many of his hilarious videos circulate on the web. We still present to you the new king of TikTok, the inimitable Khaby Lame. This young Senegalese of 21 years has become the new darling of social networks, going from the status of a simple anonymous net to that of a superstar of planetary scale. The meteoric rise is obviously accompanied by a great financial success, propelling the young TikToker on a vertiginous ramp of wealth. Khaby Lame is indeed earning astronomical sums thanks to his videos, and his new status of millionaire is not to his displeasure. So make yourself comfortable, because today we will discover how this young Senegalese went from gray misery of the Italian suburbs to the stress and glitter of the undisputed stars of the web. Let's start. If today Khaby Lame has the second most followed account in the world on TikTok with its 101.7 million subscribers, barely a year ago the young influencer was completely anonymous, because before shooting his inimitable, silent but powerful sketches, the 21-year-old man led a rather quiet life, but without more, always punctuated by the old refrain of subway, work, sleep. Born in Senegal on March 9, 2000, he immigrated with his parents to Europe when he was barely 12 months old. The family finally settled in Italy, where they were assigned to a social housing that reeked of misery in the small municipality of Chivasso, northeast of Turin. The entire region is plagued by corruption and violence, as the 'Ndrangheta, the terrible Calabrian mafia, has long extended its criminal tentacles. The little Khaby Lame will grow up in the middle of the low-cost housing estate in the Via Tagliati, with the only horizon being the concrete towers with a communist look and the grayish and dull skies of Chivasso. However, the young Senegalese does not sink into depression or delinquency and prefers to give his all to sports. The young boy practices athletics, soccer, and basketball simultaneously. He even played in the junior high school basketball championship, demonstrating a great aptitude for this particular sport. However, his family's humble origins led him to enter the working world at a very early age. As soon as he came of age, the young Senegalese found a job as a machine operator in an old factory in the city. And it is thanks to this miserable salary that he receives every month that he can barely make ends meet. However, this does not prevent the young man from being happy in life, and his good mood is often expressed by mimics and little jokes that he shares with his colleagues, and that contribute fully to brighten their hard days of work. Khaby Lame's dream is to become a comedian, and his two idols are Will Smith and Eddie Murphy, two superstars of the American comedy, from whom he was very often inspired when he wanted to make his friends laugh. But the tidal wave of COVID-19 in March 2020 will unfortunately sweep away his simple and yet cheerful daily life of the young Senegalese, because with the restrictions and compulsory confinement, he will soon find himself unemployed, losing his only source of income. Soon the bills will pile up, and the young Khaby Lame doesn't have enough money to do his shopping and fill his cupboard or fridge. But far from despairing or sinking into depression, the young Senegalese chose to devote his newly acquired free time to doing what he loved most, which is acting. Released indeed from the chains of his former overloaded schedule, the young man begins to make videos that he publishes on TikTok. His very first videos are a mix of dance parodies, such as doing the whoa while soaping his hands, and some random but not very interesting little skits, like pretending to play DJ with a chess piece. But with the lack of success with these videos, Khaby Lame decided to change his recipe, focusing instead on parody sequences and video reactions. These kind of videos are very popular on social networks and are indeed very watched by the internet users. He then decided to make his own reaction videos, while taking care to include in this recipe that works two small ingredients of his own: mutism and mimics. And it must be said that this strategy paid off, as evidenced by the meteoric rise of the young man and countless views on his short videos. Some of them are more than 300 million views, like the video where he makes fun of the advertising of a mirror-shaped gadget for cars. In this video, the promoters of this object, its usefulness is staged through a car passenger risking to be hit while getting off the vehicle. Thanks to this magnetic mirror, the same passenger can see if the field is free in order to get out of the car safely. But for Khaby Lame, who intervenes at the end of the video, it is much simpler and less expensive to do. Just simply lower the window and look for yourself before getting out. The young actor punctuates his video with inimitable mimics, where consternation, astonishment, as well as fatalistic exasperation are mixed, without sinking into the grating and unwelcome grimace. Hundreds of videos have been made featuring this kind of parody, always with the same ingredients that have made Khaby Lame's signature. Other sequences have been able to garner hundreds of millions of views in a very short period of time. One of the most famous and iconic videos of the young TikToker parodies a tutorial on peeling bananas with a knife. While in the tutorial, a young man is struggling with a large knife on a poor banana, removing flesh and skin and reducing it almost by half. The incorrigible Lame himself peels it calmly by hand, while displaying, of course, his emblematic blasé air. Khabe makes fun of these young influencers who swarm on social networks and who flood the internet with their stupid videos of tutorial and hack life. In another video that has garnered more than 121 million views, he mocks another influencer who promotes a new sanitary gadget, which allows you to store your smartphone while washing your hands. Khabe's reaction, hilarious as always, with his inimitable mimics, shows him simply putting his phone in his pocket before running his hands under the water. Because you will have understood the philosophy of life of the young Senegalese influencer lies in simplicity. Why indeed make in the complicated when you can make in the simplest? So it is with this message, for the least simplistic, that the young comedian parodies most of the videos on his account, TikTok. His account on the Chinese social network now has 102.1 million followers, which makes him the second most followed account on the application, just behind the famous American dancer Charli D'Amelio. The number of likes on his videos is also astronomical, since he counts more than 1.5 billion. But unlike most of the stars who appear on this prestigious ranking, Khaby Lame has accumulated his staggering numbers and this overwhelming success in a very short time. He is the fastest growing TikToker, and the number of views and likes of his videos is growing exponentially. Social tracker data clearly shows that he's gaining millions of new subscribers every week. This makes many analysts of the social network say that the young Senegalese could well be at the top of the ranking very soon. And if he is not yet part of the top 50 most followed Instagram accounts, it is very close, because his account on this social network has already reached 34.3 million followers. Khaby Lame thus surpassed world-famous personalities such as Mark Zuckerberg, the boss of Facebook Group, who has only 7.9 million followers. Khaby Lame even has the class to gently taunt the billionaire geek with a little video of his own, to which Zuckerberg responded with the emotion of the little thumb raised in the air. Khaby Lame is undoubtedly the new king of TikTok, and under his feet the red carpet that leads him straight to glory and fame. It was therefore natural that such meteoric progression was accompanied by considerably high earnings, thus propelling the young influencer to a whole new level of wealth. Indeed, the time of poverty and difficult end of the month is long gone, because now the income of the young Khaby Lame would make the most famous influencers envy all social media. To create a fun TikTok ensures a certain remuneration to the creators of content, and as for YouTube, it is calculated according to the number of views that the video manages to attract. In Italy, Lame's adopted country, it is about €1 per 100,000 views, and since the young man collects on average more than 60 million views, we can deduce that he manages to pocket about €500 on average for each video uploaded. But the real cornucopia remains, of course, the commercial partnership with private companies, which dream of associating their brands with the name of a young influencer, and thus benefit from an advertising access to his millions of subscribers. The young Senegalese earns so much money that he had to hire an agent to manage his career, and the countless requests for partnership with brands that he receives. Khaby Lame would indeed receive more than 500 emails per day, which are mostly offers from companies for sponsorship or commercial partnerships and advertising. Khaby's agent even assures that for a post of his, which can reach 3 million interactions in a week, and with the number of people who follow him, the prices oscillate between 70 and 180 euros. Today, it is estimated that the young man has a net worth between $1.3 and $2.7 million, but still we must count on his exponential rise, and which is not yet ready to run out of steam, because if we take into consideration his incredible journey on TikTok, as well as the other social media, and in particular on Instagram, the young Senegalese influencer still has a very bright future ahead of him. Khaby Lame has also created a channel on YouTube, and even if he has not yet posted any video on the platform, we guess he will do it very soon, and that will soon flood it with countless hilarious and viral videos. The young influencer will thus be able to live high on the hog thanks to the future recipes of his channel, and especially to extend his fame to the ends of the web. But Khaby Lame does not want to limit himself to the internet and social networks, for the young man would like to venture into the seventh art and be able to play as actors in film productions. The young Senegalese would like to realize his childhood dream, following in the footsteps of his American idols Eddie Murphy and Will Smith, but also French as Omar Sy, for whom Khaby Lame has a real cult. Thanks to his acting skills, but also and above all, thanks to the millions of fans that make his wealth, the young man could very well succeed in breaking into the seventh art, exactly as he managed to break into TikTok. There are already persistent rumors that Khaby Lame will probably collaborate with Netflix to release a joint original production. From there to Hollywood, there is only one small step that the young Khaby Lame will probably have no trouble to cross. In any case, with the pretty pectorale that he has managed to amass in less than a year, the young Senegalese can already enjoy the fruits of his efforts and live the sweet life of idleness proper to the millionaires of the world. The new king of TikTok can rest on his laurels because the Khaby Lame phenomenon has only just begun, and the continuation of his adventures is extremely exciting. And that's it for today. What do you think about the incredible rise of the young Khaby Lame on TikTok and the millions of dollars he makes from his short but hilarious videos? Tell us in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to put a like and subscribe, and activate the notifications. See you soon for the new discoveries out of the ordinary.